Okay, so I don't know how well you're gonna hear me right now because we're using the internal microphone on the camera. I forgot to grab the cord for our little portable mics. So, welcome back to LLVT. You've got Christina here and the boys right there behind me. And today we wanted to share with you sort of an update on essentially what our first 6 months has been like here in the Philippines. And if you're new to the channel, I encourage you to go back and look at our past video about creating a new home living in a foreign country, because that'll kind of show you what we went through in the very beginning, and then you can compare that to how we're doing now. So come on out and join us. Okay, and before we get started, let me give you a little bit of context as to what life was like before we made this move. So before leaving California and moving here to BGC Philippines, our life was pretty mundane, I would say. We worked, 9-to-5 jobs, flexible work schedules, which was great, but, taking the kids to school every day. We don't have things like drivers. The yaya doesn't exist in the US for an average middle-class family like us. And so we really wanted to come here to the Philippines and try something new and open our kids' eyes to a whole new world. All right, so waking up in the morning versus now. We're not woken up by an alarm clock anymore. We are woken up by the sun, which is crazy to me. I don't have to rush in the morning to get the kids off to school just so I can get to work on time. And it's very calm. It's much more peaceful now. I get to get up in the morning and get dressed and go to the gym, have a protein shake, make everyone breakfast on a Tuesday morning if I feel like it. Weekends used to be reserved for housework and laundry and meal prep, and I don't even have a weekend anymore. Every day feels like a weekend for me. Okay, so finances is next. Moving here, we didn't bring our jobs with us, so we no longer work those 2 full-time jobs. And I would say that our income, our guaranteed monthly income, is about maybe 20%, 15 to 20% of what we actually used to make. Now, with that being said, cost of food, cost of services, and just our overall cost of living has actually managed to fall perfectly within that budget. The spaghetti cost me just under $20. So, rounding up, that would come out to about 1,000 pesos in the Philippines. Okay, so in terms of the cost of foods here, for any of you who have seen one of our more recent videos, we actually did just showcase how you can actually eat on a budget here in BGC, and we actually managed to, I just said actually like 8 times. We managed to have a full day's worth of food for one grown adult, essentially, for less than $10 US. I don't know that that's something we could have ever achieved in the States without still being hungry after a day like that. No. For Kuya's meal, which had tocino in it, also had red hot dogs, garlic rice, and an egg, it was $8.99 US. I myself could not have eaten 3 meals in one day for less than $10 back in California. That's definitely a plus for living out here. All right, sorry guys, I had to make a quick stop because I am intermittent fasting right now and I have to eat. I got this delicious looking salad with double salmon. I know I was just talking about the cost of food. I won't tell you how much this cost because it was probably a lot higher than some of the things we ate the other day. Earlier, I mentioned the cost of services here in the Philippines, and in BGC, obviously we know it's again, higher priced consumables, so services are also going to be a little bit higher priced than other parts of the Philippines. But for me, it's definitely much less costly than it was back in California. Basically, from my perspective, I have been able to go and actually get facials almost on a weekly basis here. That same facial in California would cost me easily 3 times that amount. happen to be here. We're lucky enough to have the opportunity to meet with one of our OG subscribers, as Rowan is what I will call him. How do you like it here in BGC?
Oh, I love it.
Your first time out here?
Yes, never experienced anything like this in Manila, so yeah, awesome.
Who are you going to shout out to?
My daughter, Nicole, and Matthew, my son, hello.
And don't forget Maria.
Maria.
We were lucky enough to meet Matthew and Maria actually a couple months ago, and now he's here.
Yeah, in person. I met you on the phone.
On the phone?
Yeah.
On FaceTime?
Yeah.
All right, so obvious. It is the next day. We got caught up talking to Rowan last night, and we did not get to finish filming at all. Today is Rowan's birthday, Bunso.
Happy birthday!
So we are just waiting on some friends. We're about to have some lunch, and then we will get back to our topics when we're done. Yay! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Rowan. Blow out your candle. Yay! All right, so I think we left off yesterday where I was kind of talking about finances, cost of living, and sort of the overall quality of life that we've had here. And I'm going to start off by saying it's been fantastic. I think our family has adapted really, really well overall. You're Filipino, baby.
No one looks at me weird when I eat with my hands.
In terms of finances, I mean, we, like I said, took a massive pay cut by moving here. Our rent is roughly about 1/3 of what our mortgage was back in the US. Yes, we're in a much smaller space. It is about 600 square feet. It's 58 square meters, and we went from like a 2,000 plus square foot 4-bedroom. We did take sort of a cut on the space, but I hardly even realized we're in a smaller space because we were always usually in the same room all together anyway. So that really hasn't affected me. I think the biggest downside of everything is that we miss our dog. We haven't had her around for more than 6 months now. Okay, so as I was saying, wow, okay, we just spent like probably a good straight 2 hours in the arcade. The kids are having an absolute blast on Rowan's birthday. But one other thing that I kind of wanted to bring up and talk about was, I think I was speaking on sort of the quality of life that we have here. But one of the biggest things that I love about our life now is actually there's no such thing as laundry, really. I can take my laundry, put it in a bag, take it downstairs, text the laundry service, tell them where it's at. They come and pick it up, bring it back to me the next day. Folded, neat, fairly inexpensive. But the biggest takeaway is that I'm not spending hours and hours and hours doing laundry. So that's like huge for me, because most moms will fully understand that laundry is the worst. We all hate laundry day. So it's one of those things that like, it's just a huge weight off of my shoulders. So kind of adds to the quality of life part of things. It's so much better. And actually, since we've moved here to the Philippines, to BGC, I have been able to avail of services, self-care services. Back in California, if I got a facial, it was like a special occasion. It was my birthday or something. I was able to get lashes here, and something I would have never done back there just because of the cost and the amount of time that I would spend going out to do that. And I have a fantastic gym that I absolutely love going to. I've met so many really great people there, and at the same time I am helping myself both physically and mentally. So again, it just really adds to that whole quality of life scenario. So I remember when we first got here back in July of 2022, it was a little rough, kind of adjusting. So I think everything that we've been dealing with, ultimately in the grand scheme of things, kind of just, they really don't matter. What matters most is this right here. to things. It was hot. I wasn't used to the pace of things around here. And now I really feel like we've really adjusted so well. We're so happy, we're comfortable, and we're now in a spot where we can actually move towards looking for new adventures to go on, places to visit, things to do, and trying to find things that are actually more off the beaten path or more akin to what local would do or find interesting out here in the Philippines. Hey, Case. Look at you. Can you tell me how much your haircut cost yesterday?
$3 US just about.
So what is that in pesos?
150 pesos for a haircut with wash, shampoo, no massage, and a really good barber.
So now being that we sort of have all this free time on our hands, we actually spend every day, 24 hours a day with our kids. And with that comes its own challenges. So Brian and I have really had to learn a whole different level of patience than we ever had before because we are with them all day, every day. They don't go to a traditional school. We homeschool them. We're just learning, and that's been, I think, the hugest adjustment for me. I'm sure it has been for Brian as well.
Did you say hugest?
Hugest.
Is that even a word?
Probably not. All right, so in preparation for this video, we did put a post out on our YouTube page asking our community for some questions. And my favorite question actually came from Jennifer Nilo, I want to say. And she kind of asked, knowing what you know now, would you still have moved to the Philippines? And so I have a really great answer for that question, but we are actually here with some really good friends today, and I want to ask them the same question as well. All right, Marianne, here's the question. Knowing what you know now, having lived here for some time, would you still have done it then?
Yeah, I would do it all over again. Just because I'm always reminded of like how I was unhappy like in my previous lifestyle. And now that I've lived abroad, I feel more confident to explore other countries and yeah, even considering living like.
So it's funny because I just got Marianne and I feel like she's a veteran of, being here. And you're somewhat new like us.
I'm a newbie.
3 months in?
Yeah, we moved here in October, beginning of October.
Okay, so about 4 months in.
Is it? I don't
3 or
know.
4 months.
It just goes so quickly, I lose track. Yes, baby. We're just filming. Is a snake in there? Oh my gosh. There is. There's a snake.
Where's the snake?
Look, there's snakes.
All right. Knowing what you know now, would you still have done this move?
To the Philippines or BGC?
To the Philippines, period.
Oh, 100%. There's nowhere else in the world I would rather be. And I think about this a lot compared to England. It feels so depressing with all of Brexit, and I won't get into all the politics and stuff of England. But over here, I just feel everything feels happy and positive and exciting. And everything's, sunny all the time.
Yeah.
And it just uplifts your mood like daily.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I don't know, and there's the connections that I've made, like you guys, and I just feel like I'm meant to be here. I'm so happy that we kind of like did that kind of big leap and just was like, let's just do it. All of our friends from back home were like, why would you move to the Philippines? It's the third world. I'm like,
Not
it's
at all.
It's a developing country,
country.
and actually it's got more going on in it than it does like London or any other big city in the world.
Yeah.
It just feels incredible to be here. I'm just so happy, and I'm so glad I've met you guys.
Yay! One more thing I want to add before I close out this video for you all. You will notice I don't have my 2 little buddies with me. That's another thing. I am becoming much more confident, I think, in myself, and being able to walk around talking with the camera. I don't feel odd or out of place at all. So I feel like this move has also given me that inner confidence that has been really, really hard for me to achieve on a personal level. And with that, I'm gonna end out the vlog today so we can get back to our birthday party with Rowan. Thank you so much for watching. I also want to share that there were a number of questions that came through from the community in terms of our Q&A that we're thinking of doing coming up. I would love to do that live. Let me know down in the comments below if you are interested in watching us do a live session so that we can start preparing for something like that should we decide to do that in the future. Thank you so much for watching. As always, remember, like, subscribe, follow, drop us those comments. Salamat and ingat till next time. And happy birthday to my beautiful baby Robo. Mommy loves you. Mwah. Hello, my little Zoom dinosaur.
I'm a 10. Oh!
Phoenix, can you show me a Pogi dinosaur? What's a Pogi? Pogi. Oh, you guys have got to go follow Phoenix. Look who's coming to join us for some birthday shopping today. And so, I forgot what I was going to say.
I thought it was actually staying.
Just keep liking and subscribing and commenting.
Made a mistake with the cake order too. She said for a while, so we'll see if they can fix it. Oh, let me get back to you on that.
Which water is mine? We're doing a vlog right here.
Hey, look at